Are you curious on how you can download all of those amazing contacts that you have on LinkedIn? Well, on today's Quick Quips and Tips, I'm going to show you a simple way where you can go right into LinkedIn and download all your contacts. So, downloading your contacts on LinkedIn is a great way to make sure that you've secured all of those people that you've connected with online and downloaded them. The really cool thing is there's some tricks that you can use to download lots of information. And there are some things that you need to be aware of where you're not going to see all the information you would be hoping to get. So make sure you stay to the end to see what those things are. Now, here at Master It Media, I educate businesses on developing an engaging social media presence, but we also talk about some tips that you can use to really engage your audience offline, not just on your socials. So make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell so you're reminded every time we go live. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see how you would go about doing this in a few simple steps. So here's my main profile. If you click your LinkedIn icon, you're going to get your LinkedIn feed. So I'm going to click on my Me, and I'm going to go into settings and privacy. When I go in here now, because I had already selected data privacy and how LinkedIn uses your data, that's where you're going to find this download information. But sometimes you're in account preferences or so on. While you're in here, just a quick tip, make sure you check all this stuff out while you're down there. So here I clicked on data privacy. I click on how LinkedIn uses my data. And right here is where I can click get a copy of my data. Now, I've already asked for a download. It does take some time to do this. And all I have to do is click that download archive, and I'll get a download of my own LinkedIn, all my connections that I have. But say I wanted to request a new one, and this is where I want you to see where you can really download the value of this, where you can download your contacts. So I can download a large archive that has everything, but I can also go in here and select what I want: articles, imported contacts, invitations, recommendations. So those wonderful recommendations that people give you, you can download those. Connections. Now, here's something that I wanted. This is the thing that I'm talking about today, but keep in mind that unless they've allowed in their security preferences, they've allowed to share their email address, you're not going to get their email address, but you'll get some other information that I'll show you in just a second. You can do messages, profile, and registration. So all of these things are available for you, as well as the main one to download. So once I downloaded this information, it creates once I download the information, I'm going to get a CSV, comma, separated value file. And that file is going to include some content that I can review, look at. Now, I'm going to open this up, and I only have one person showed here for security reasons, but just so you can see what you're getting, on the top it says, when exporting your connection data, you may notice that some of the email addresses are missing. You will only see email addresses for connections who have allowed their connections to see or download their email address using this setting. And then they give you a link so you can check that out. And they also give you a link to their help, which is amazing. But what you're going to get is your first name of the person, last name, their email address. You can see here, it's not allowed, so I'm not seeing it. Company, position, and when I connected with them. So this information, the company and the position, Those are really valuable. That's valuable information. So, regardless of whether you have that email address, you at least know their main company um, and what their position is in that company. That can help you connect with them and find their email maybe online. Now, one thing to remember when you download this data, don't forget, like I imported it into Excel. I opened that CSV file in Excel so I could play with it and use it. You can then sort your list based on email address so you can see whose email address you have. Now, this more is a way to take your contacts and save them so that for whatever reason, now you have this extra backup copy of all of your amazing contacts that you have on LinkedIn. Well, I hope you found today's quick quip and tip helpful for you and your business. Remember, here at Master It Media, we're here to help you take the commotion out of your promotion.